Hello, it is Grey Walker, and today I have a very long and drab and boring tutorial. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be pretty cool, but I hope it helps you guys out. I've adopted this kind of method that I have on modeling spaceships, modeling aircraft, modeling mechanical things and whatnot. Where, well, you guys will see, but this is basically a tutorial on how to teach you guys how to make aircraft and spaceships and futuristic things. It's basically just a technique, just like a little couple rules that I go by. But so let's start. So add mesh plane. Let's get a basic shape here. Um, let's loop cut, Control R, wheel that up a bit, and let's just make it 2. Let's size that on the Y. And then let's control our loop cut this way and size that down a little bit so we have a shape now. Actually, let me create a new so I can get my camera right, because I still use 2.49 because I like it better. I don't know. I'm sure some of you agree with me. Kind of stubborn when it comes to learning new things, but anyway, so we have the new shape. We're gonna go ahead and bevel that a little bit. Actually, let's not do that, just for the time being. Then we're going to loop cut around and just make a few edges so we can work with the model inside, so there's a little place that we can extrude. So we have this now, and let's go ahead and start extruding, making a shape. This probably, well, you'll see what we're going to do with it. Just what I'm doing is using S and E to extrude all the time, and I'm just basically making just a little shape out of all of this. Just use your imagination, see what you can do with it. I like to make these little grooves in it every now and then. It's quite groovy. Ah ha ha. Model humor. Anyway, okay, so now we have our thing. So what we're going to do is start working on the shape still, and we're going to select this part here, and just including that vertices, and looks like we're good here. Size on the X to make this flat, because I would like this flat. And then we are going to extrude inwards. We're going to select this face, this face, this face, this face, this face. Oops, this face, this face, this face, this face. And we're going to extrude inwards and size down. So now we have that. Okay, next, add mesh cylinder. 32 is fine. We're not going to worry about polys right now, but we will later on. Let's do basically the same thing, but more basically. We're just going to do it with a regular cylinder instead of a shape. Actually, let's keep this a little bit in a reoccurring size here so it's easier to work with for what we're going to use it for. And then what we'll do is size it up real big on this end and make like a cannon type thing. And what I like to do is round it off and put it back in. So right now it kind of looks like this big cannon thing. So we're going to move that into this little groove here. And let's size this up a bit. We'll make that fit real nicely into here. Just use your imagination, do what you can with it. And then we're going to Control or Shift D, SX, and we're going to flip this around and put this over here. And try your best to make it symmetrical. And then we're going to Control D, Shift D, R90. And we're going to size these down so they fit better. And we're going to have some interlapping vertices, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. So here's a basic cannon that we have. If you want to add details to it, we can add sort of a grid type thing. Let's make a rhombus. Size that down, make a little rhombus, and then put an array on that. Instead of X, we'll make that Z. We'll make that Z 1.5, and we'll put quite a bit on that. Let's put 20 on there. Apply that. I really hope the screen cap is recording right now, because if it wasn't, I'd have to record this entire commentary, and that would really suck. So, we will see. If you were watching this right now, what I just said does not apply. So, let's drag this over here. So now you have like this really cool detail on it. Let's drag it down into the model so it doesn't stick up at all. And let's go ahead and copy that and rotate 90 or 180, and then Shift T R90, and we have a cool detailed cannon, looking really nice so far. We're gonna join all that up and center new it, put it in the directly center, and Shift C to redo our cursor. Sorry if I'm talking pretty fast. I don't know, I talk fast. Okay, so usually someone would be like, oh, cool, that looks like a spaceship and everything, but no. Here's the secret. This is my secret. This is just a cannon for your ship. Don't stop now. This is the cannon for your ship. You want as much detail on your ship as possible. So, assuming your ship's going to have, let's say, twin cannons, let's just Shift D, X that, and make 2. So let's move these out of the way here. And those are our cannons. Let's make a main ship body. This is where it gets really difficult, so let's pull up DeviantArt real quick. And I really urge you guys not to copy concepts, because original ideas come from the mind. So you just want to get inspired by concepts. But a great place to get inspired is DeviantArt, and type in Spaceship. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Alright, let's look at some of these. Let's see what we want. This one's cool. Looking for more of like a starship type thing. This has dual cannons on it. We could use something like this. So let's use this as a thing. So we're gonna save this image. Desktop. Save. We're just going to get inspired by this. Remember, we're not copying. So we're going to go to View, Background Image, use Background Image, load the image, Spaceship concept that we just downloaded. And we press 7, and it should be there. But it's pretty small, and it's faded out. We don't want both of those. So we're going to go to Background Image, Blend 0, and we're going to turn the size up to 15 or 20 or 20. Yeah, 20 is good. Okay. So, this is what we're going to be using. Let me move my cannons out of the way so you can see. So, let's start with a cube. Let's give our cube some shape. And then let's extrude. Whoops. Alright, let's extrude. Just make some detail in the ship. Let me think here. How do we want this? This is where you just need to practice this over and over and make sure that this is what you want to do and everything. So you'll see me doing a lot of freestyle right now, and that is because I'm just using my brain. So we shall keep trying to capture what we need in this, and then we will work on the wings and such, and it will be a good deal. So keep extruding, adding details, moving downwards and such. That would look good if it was sized down that way. Alright. Twin cannons go there. That goes there. So I'm going to do something that I don't usually do, and I'm going to duplicate model. So it'll really help you out sometimes. If you want to duplicate the model that you just did, then it'll give you some more perspective on how you want the final outcome to be. So that looks good. Alright, so let's start adding details. Add mesh plane. Actually, let's just do add mesh cube. And start modeling just this little curve. We could use curves, but it's not really worth it at the moment. Alrighty. Keep working on your curve, and we're going to be using this curve for a detail on the ship. Alrighty then, center new. Rotate by 90, and we are going to put this on our ship. I've been watching a lot of CasmG. I don't know if you guys know about that guy, and I hate to give publicity to people who don't really need it, but this guy is hilarious. He makes my day continually. You gotta check him out. CasmG, youtube.com/CasmG. It's awesome. Alright. So let's try to 1.2 this array. And by the way, if you guys don't know what array is, it's basically, in a very, very basic terms, basically just really ordered duplicating, and you can duplicate by numbers. So yeah. That's basically that. And just still adding detail to our ship. And this, remember, is the body. I know I'm kind of redundant sometimes, and I apologize for that. Let's see. Let's start making... what else do we want? Let us put detail on these thrusters. I'm actually going to delete this one just so we can work on this one and then duplicate it, because I don't feel like doing mirror and all that garbage. So let us duplicate inwards and put that inwards, and then we will, let's see, what else do we want to put on this? Let's duplicate this again, size down, just adding detail again, RY 180. Let's drag this upwards because that looks good. Let's Control J that, and like I said before, we're just going to duplicate this so we didn't have to model it back again. That looks good. Alright, so let's put our cannons on there and see what that's going to look like. Looks like there's going to be two parts in this video. That's totally fine. Alrighty, so let's put this under. Should we put it under or above? Or should it have a quad? That's pretty cool. Let's not do a quad. Let's just do a twin. Let's size those up considerably. Size them downwards and then drag them upwards so they fit on. Okay, so looking good, looking good. All right, let's work on some boosters. Add mesh cylinder 32 is fine. RX 90. Let's scale this up a bit. Work around here. Um, extrude size down. Let's put some ridges in this. Let's make these look really cool. This is going to be a defining part about the spaceship. So let's make that. Let's make sure we do a good job on this. Alright, so that looks good enough for me. Let's size this down. And I think we're going to actually size that up a bit more. And then put that. Let's see. Put that dead center. That's not dead center yet. Okay. Duplicate X, size downwards, drag this way. Duplicate X. Excuse me. Just had a very large lunch. Alright, so those are looking very long and awkward. So let's size that on the Y and put them down here. Size them on the X so there's no interlacing. And that's starting to look really nice, I think. I'm going to put some detail on the body because the body lacks detail. And I think I might make some wings. So add mesh cube. Size down, put that there. Control C. Shift C. Alright, let's drag this over here, this over here. Let's just make the shape of a wing. Let's see. Have to remember how a wing is. Let's actually make a plane. Delete one vertice, and then make a face out of these. Let's go on the interwebs to look for, let's type in jet plane. Okay, that's not. Let's look up fighter jet. Yeah, this is definitely more helpful. Okay. Huh. Let's click on this one. Oh, whoops. Fail. Wow, this website's jank. Okay. Let's look for a better one. Let's try this one. Okay, this is better. Alright, so I'm going to put this over on my other monitor. You guys won't be able to see that, but I'll be able to see that. Alright, so basically what we want to do is get a cube and put that over here, and I'm going to, whoops, size this down, and do this, and size, do this. Sorry if this is boring. Just try to follow along and do what I do, because it's going to help you out in the future, trust me. Alright. Alright, then we're going... Okay, that doesn't look good. Sorry, I haven't done this in a while. Okay. Not at least a fighter jet thing. Let's join these. And let's do this. And Dan is calling me, I think. That's cool, he can wait. Silly Dan, tricks are for kids. Alright, so let's RY minus 45. So I just rotated that on a negative 45-degree angle. Let's put some crazy detail into this. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of retarded. This is a lot easier than I thought it was. Let's just size this down. Drag this over here. Size this up. And size that this way. And that's basically something that we can use. So I'm going to bevel that a little bit. And do that. So that looks pretty jank to me. Let's RY minus 45 that. Go to our front view, size that down. Okay. Let's Shift D that, size it down, Shift D that, size it down, Shift D, size it down. And make sure that the meshes are meeting. And then we go Control J on those, and then Shift D, size X. And I think I just screwed myself up. I'm not entirely sure. I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so Shift D, R, Z 180, and that'll flip them, but we need to actually flip the meshes. So what we'll do is this. Looks good to me. Alright, so we have all that, and then we're going to duplicate. We're actually going to Control J those, center new, Shift D, RY 180, Control J, size that down, meet those up at the bottom, and we have our ship. It's looking pretty awesome in my opinion. That's basically how I make a spaceship. I do things different every single time, so don't expect that same kind of ship out of me every time, because it'll be different. So, let's get on to texturing. So, what I was thinking this whole time is kind of a whitish, blackish texture. Let's hit cgtextures.com and get some resources. So I'm going to drag this over here. Let's go to cgtextures.com. I have it on hot link. Let's look for machinery. Okay. Not the racist group. Don't take that offensively. Thank you very much. Alright, this isn't what we want yet, at least. Alright, let's type in metal plating. Looks good. Alright, let's copy this image. Let's go to this, Control J everything. Let's split our boundaries. Whoops. Let's go to UV image editor, new image. Let's make this 2000 by 2000, super high res. Let's name it AO Spaceship. Let's pack that in. Let's zoom out. Let's unwrap everything. This is going to take a while because it's really high poly. Alright, no doubling. That's really good. That's a really good sign. So let's assign this to our spaceship. And then Control Alt B, ambient occlusion. You don't need system lights for in-game or you don't need lights for in-system ambient occlusion. If you're doing rendering ambient occlusion, then you would need the lights because then you wouldn't be able to see anything. But Blender's ambient occlusion system does not require shadows. You can choose to do it without shadows and everything, and it just bakes on sort of a coded shadow pixel shader type thing. It's really neat. So hopefully this turns out well. It's still working, I think. Hopefully there aren't too many flip normals, but I expect there should be. While we're waiting, I would encourage you guys to check out the YouTube channels. Brian Tech, he does some really cool stuff. He's a really funny guy. He's also a really good friend of mine. He does some really nice stuff. I'll have all of his links in the video description, along with Dreamvoid Studios, who's an affiliate of Dark House Softworks, which is my company or my team. It's not a company yet. We'll soon get a trademark and all that stuff to make us official. But pretty soon you'll be able to see us on darkhousesoftworks.com. We're working on a really nice website. It's turning out great so far. So look forward to that. The main thing is I really encourage you guys to check out FluxDev. FluxDev is the channel where you're going to see all the development updates, announcements, and all that awesome stuff on Flux, the game that me and my team are making, and we're all so excited about it. I mean, it's going to be so cool, guys, really. I don't want to tell you guys too much because a lot of it's top secret, but you'll get the basic gist of the game when you go to that channel. Trust me, it's definitely worth your time. Just click that link right now and please check it out. So yeah, that's it. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more updates because there's going to be some really nice stuff coming out soon. There's going to be a game demo released as soon as we possibly can. We really care about our audience and our fans and everything. So let's go to textured mode and see how that turned out. Alright, so it looks like we had some flip normals here, here, and here. So let's go into edit mode. Whoops, what did I do? Oh. Let's go into edit mode. Select a vertice from that, from these. And we probably have some on the bottom. Yeah, we do. Alright, after we've selected at least something from each of those, we hit Control L. And let's make sure those are the only ones that have flipped vertices. No, it's not. Those do too. Basically what happens when you have a really high poly model and you do a render like this, it'll flip some vertices. And also, I think my sound card's a little bit buggy. Or, not my sound card, my video card's a little bit buggy, so that might also be a contributing factor. But if this happens to you, if the normals are flipped, then you'll see these black areas show up on your AO. And if that happens, just do what I did. Go to dot select mode, and then select your dots on each one. You don't have to select all of them, just one on each, and then Control L, and it'll select whatever those dots are linked to. So I think that's everything that is flipped right now. So what you have to do is select everything, and then go to this panel. You can hit F9 for the editing tab, and then Mesh Tools and flip normal. And what that will do is flip the normals for that, so the normals will be baked now instead of bypassing that. So I'm gonna do another AO pass. So I'll see you guys in just a second. Hello everyone, it is Greywalker again, or not again, but I'm back. This is the ship. It looks awesome, if I do say so myself. And now we are going to texture it. So here's our AO unwrap. Let's pack this in. Image, save as. Let's save this on our desktop as the AO spaceship.png. Let's minimize this. Let's open up GIMP. By the way, this is the Flux background. I'll have that up for download in the description, maybe, if you guys are lucky and I'm not lazy by the time this gets uploaded. It'll be in the description for download, so if you'd like that, it is really cool. I love it. Yeah. So, let's file open. Open up our image. Spaceship. Whoop. Yeah, AO Spaceship. Okay, so people ask me, Gray, how do you get that awesome scratched paint look? And I'm like, well, I'll make a tutorial on it someday. Well, this is the tutorial. So, let us duplicate this layer. Let's put an alpha channel so we can have transparency. And then we're going to go to select by color, find a black part of the image, and hit delete. And that deletes all the black on the layer. So now we have this on top of this. Let's color this, or let's make it a brighter white. That's cool. I like it. Okay, so as you remember, we went to Google Images and we looked for, or I'm sorry, we went to CG Textures and we looked for a metal plating type thing. So let's go to Edit, Paste As, and New Layer. And then we're going to go to Filters, Map, Tile, and let's tile this up to 2000. This will make a new image over here, and then we're just going to select all, copy, and then delete that, delete this, and then edit, paste as, new layer, and we're going to size that up so it can fit our whole unwrap. Blah 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 blah, waiting on the, okay. So that's done. Let's change this layer into a normal. So as you can see that, just change that. Let's desaturate this, and then we're gonna make it brighter. See, does that look good? Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so let's merge that downwards. So now we have this on top of that. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so let's make this actually a little bit darker so we can see the better contrast. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So now that we've done that, we are going to go to Artistic and Oilify, and we're going to turn the map size to about 13, and this is going to take a little while, so I'll come back when this is done. Alright, so now that it is done oilifying, basically the reason that I oilified it is because what it does is it constrains it, and it allows you to see, like for instance, look at this, you can see how it constrained the white, and you can see the black underneath it, kind of like if paint was wearing on these edges and stuff, it constrains it. constrains it. This is the only tool that I can find that actually does this really well. If you guys know of any kind of constraining tool in GIMP or a plugin or something, then let me know, because that would be really helpful. Okay, so after that, we want to make the wearing paint scratchy instead of just worn. So what we're going to do is go to Noise, Slur, and let me move this out of the way and put this up here. Basically what this does is kind of creates this kind of, I don't know how to explain it, just click yes. Just put the repeat up a few notches and then click yes, and then you'll get this effect. And what you're going to want to do is drag your image up just a bit after you've done that. Okay, so we're going to hit Control Save. Actually, what we're going to do is merge this downwards, and then we're going to make this darker, just so we can see the contrast. Okay, and then we're going to hit Control S. Hopefully this turned out well. It'd be really nice if it did. If it doesn't, then I will pause it and come back when it does. But this is basically how I do it. As you can see, this looks awesome, and all the normals are perfectly fine. And I'm going to have a turntable up on FluxDev of this thing. Right now it looks freaking awesome. And this is basically how you make a starship, guys. I really hope you liked the tutorial. I haven't done something in a long time like this, so pardon if I didn't do it completely right. And if you have any questions or suggestions, then please let me know. I would love to hear them. So this is the starship. This will probably be in the Flux game, honestly. It turned out really well, so yeah, guys. See you later. Thanks a lot.